Last year I ran my very first marathon through Nova Scotia, Canada. A really hilly course with over 400 meters of elevation gain. Now in this race I wasn't particularly fast, I lost all my toenails, and I chafed in places I didn't even know I had. This video is not about that story. Rather, this is a video about why I run. It's beautiful and a story you must hear. What does it mean to inspire? Inspiration is a funny thing. It can hit us at any moment. And oftentimes the most powerful motivation comes from seeing someone who inspires us. Watching someone push past the impossible to achieve their goals. Oftentimes for no more glory other than achieving the task at hand. The notion that this is your path and you will achieve it with excellence. Luckily for me, I didn't have to search far and wide to find my inspiration. Her bedroom was right across the hall. This is my older sister, Amy. She's 2 years older than me, a teacher, a wife, and a mother of two. And when she was 10 years old, she was diagnosed with scoliosis. This is a brutal condition where the spine curves in an S. And way back in 1995, when she was first diagnosed, they fitted her with a plastic back brace, hoping to slow or correct the curvature. Then just 2 years later, she underwent an extensive back surgery that left her with 3 steel rods bolted to her spine. Luckily for Amy, the surgery was a success, but she was told by doctors she would never run or ride a bike again. Always positive, she said good enough. She went on to live a life where she enjoyed music and books. But back in 2011, getting ready for her wedding, went for a jog around the block to make sure she was in shape for her wedding dress. She joked about maybe one day she would even run a marathon. This is all it took, a little seed of an idea. And over the years, this little seed would grow and transform into where she is now. Then in the spring of 2019, she came in to stay with me in Toronto. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. 10 years after her surgery in 2007, she had an issue with her eyes. Her vision was getting blurry and she didn't know why. The doctor told her that the cornea of her eye, that gel that covers your eye, started to form into a cone. And in 2007, she flew from St. John's, Newfoundland, to our country's capital in Ottawa to have the most ridiculous surgery done. A cornea transplant, where they cut off the clear gel over her eye, put on someone else's, and then laser stitch it on. That's science fiction, but it happened. This didn't slow her down one step. You see, the thing about Amy is that she doesn't like to take no for an answer. Just last year we had to sit her down to tell her that she owns way too many pairs of leggings. She smiled and agreed while she was ordering 2 more pairs on her phone. She doesn't do this out of spite. She guards her autonomy above all else. Amy started taking running a lot more seriously. She joined up in a running club, completed her first 10K, and then signed up for the Newfoundland famous Telly 10, a 10-mile run in St. John's, Newfoundland. The body was taking a beating. All this impact on her back took its toll, but all the while with a smile on her face, understanding that this is a goal bigger than herself. Then came the half marathon, and for some reason she did it in the winter. I know. If the challenge wasn't hard enough, she had to sprinkle her own spice on it. Over the years, I go back to Newfoundland a lot to visit my sister in the summers. I spent a lot of time down in her cabin, and over the years we've developed what's now an annual 10K trail run. The first time we ever did it, I didn't want to lose to her, so I went out like a bat out of hell, not understanding pace or even where I was going. I laid it all on the line just for the win. I got back and I hurt everywhere. For some reason I thought it was a great idea to jump on a pair of water skis where I performed the best crotch first face plant you've ever seen. Not Amy. She knew her pace. Like a freight train, she can get to her pace and go for hours. She taught me a great lesson that day. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. In 2019, my sister flew out to stay with me and my wife, and she ran the Toronto Marathon. What an incredible accomplishment. All stemming from a seed of an idea she had 8 years earlier. Watching her achieve her goals was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Watching her cross the finish line, I went up to her and I said, Amy, I can't believe it. Someone like you, who underwent all of the adversity that you had, with all of the steel and rods and pins bolted to your spine, for you to be able to accomplish that was something so amazing. She kind of laughed and said, wow, I didn't even think of it like that. You're right. Sometimes the heroes don't even realize their own story. One of my biggest character flaws is that I tell the world about how proud of her I am, but I don't tell her enough. Amy, you're the biggest inspiration I've ever met. I'm so proud of everything you accomplished. You make everyone around you want to achieve their potential. Thank you.